Welcome back to MHTN. It's time now for Lifequakes. So, how do you navigate a midlife crisis?
Uh-oh, this viewer writes, as he approaches middle age, he finds himself questioning the choices he's made and the direction of his life. He feels stuck and unsure of what he wants the second half of his life to look like. This crisis is leaving him anxious and restless. How can he navigate this period of uncertainty and find a renewed sense of purpose? For that, we're going to bring in an expert, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Jude Black. Dr. Jude, what should he do?
First of all, be kind to yourself. Take a deep breath in and
Us too.
exhale, rinse and repeat frequently. That's my best advice starting out. You've come this far, and I think it's really normal for us to hit certain numbers in our life and think, holy cow, what's next? But let's kind of flip this around a little bit and reframe it. I know he's thinking that he has no direction, he's stuck, but is he really? Here's some tips I would tell you. Take a moment after you inhale and exhale and ask yourself, what is it I really enjoy doing? Use this as an opportunity to take all of that wisdom that came before you to flip it into action now. So reflect, what are some things that you would like to do? What are some things that you could do? Are there things in your life that you want to reconnect with? Are there things that you're carrying around that no longer serve you and you just kind of want to put them back with the other half of your life, right? And what are some things that you can do to start expanding your horizons? Are there hobbies or things that you thought of in the past that you might do? What about now? If you've ever thought about even playing the ukulele or the fiddle, what is stopping you? Maybe time. Okay, create some time. You've learned, you've got this learned wisdom, right? So now you can carve out little niches that you can maybe engage in some of the things that you want to do. And, if you're still really stuck in your mind with trying to figure things out, I'd be curious as to who your tribe is. Pull in some people that you trust and ask them, what did they do? Look to some mentors in your life. And, don't be afraid to reach out to a life coach or a therapist who doesn't have any other motive for speaking with you other than to help you really realize the best version of yourself. And they might be able to provide you with some tips, some tools, maybe some assessments on values, identification, and interests that might give you a template for action for the next part of your life.
And really quickly, I'm just wondering with those regrets and those, did I make the right choice?
Mhm.
Mhm.
What do you do with that?
You know, I think so many times we're judging our younger self based on the eyes in which we're viewing the world right now. If we could go back knowing what we know now, of course we would do things different many times. But the reality is, if you went back to that moment in time that you've got these regrets, knowing exactly what you knew then, you do the same thing over again. So I would just maybe do that little exercise of asking your younger self, what did you learn through this? And what advice would you give me today? And also, with the wisdom that you've gained, what advice would you give that 20-year-old self that you're holding so accountable for things and judging them? How can you extend a little bit of kindness and grace and understand that, maybe the struggles and the thoughts that they had at that moment, and maybe do a little bit of inner healing too?
So good. I'll be
Yes,
saying that
we
to
took
myself
notes.
every day.
That's great.